Welcome back to Once Upon a Sunday Fantasy Football Podcast. I am Josh Kimmel. With me is Packers Suck,
It's
Dave
me.
Dirtbag Campbell. It is a new year. We are back. We have not been around since week 17, championship weekend. A
Since I
lot's
won
happened.
all of my leagues.
You didn't win much league. You kind of like fizzled away, but it's okay. We all did. It was a rough year. I think.
It happens. I won a
Yeah.
few, but not as many as I should have.
Yeah, same. It's always that way. I did win a big best ball league. That was pretty cool.
I won our guillotine league.
There you go. What did I come in? I just totally forgot. Second?
You finished below me. That's all that matters.
So I came in second. So like me and you are elite like usual. Gosh, we're so fucking good at fantasy football. But we are now on YouTube. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, please subscribe. We've reached double-digit subscribers, Dave. Double digits.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
We've only been alive for like 3 minutes on Facebook or YouTube. So there you go. Tonight we're gonna be really quick, really efficient with our time because it's Wednesday night. I got shit to do. We're gonna talk about free agency because that starts very, very soon, like just around the corner. I can't believe it already. We're gonna talk about quarterbacks and we are talking about tight ends. Quarterback list it's pretty weak this year for free agency. Like, do you have any people that come to mind? Like, oh yeah, this guy's a free agent.
I mean, Jameis is the only one that I can think of. I mean, probably Tyrod Taylor and Fitzpatrick, those scrubs, but they'll probably get jobs somewhere at least to compete. Besides that, I'm not sure if there's any free agent. I mean, there's never a big name like no one Studley's ever going to come available. So besides Kirk Cousins, but
yeah, Kirk Cousins is freaking. That's my guy now. Apparently, I'm the Twitter guy of.
Yeah,
Kirk
apparently
Cousins.
now you're all over him.
I've been on him. I looked at our rankings the other day. I finally found our Excel spreadsheet where I had him ranked 10th, baby, and everyone else had him like in the 15th, 16th range. So, and he finished kind of. I was pretty good with my rankings. I had Rodgers the highest. I had Herbert the highest. Like I was pretty fucking good. You guys need to catch up.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
except you had Josh Allen as a bust, so that negates it all.
I still had him as my quarterback too overall. So I mean, it is what it is. All right, let's get right into it. So the only free agent that really matters is Jameis Winston. Now, the whole point of the show is to talk about where we want these free agents to go. So we're going to do quarterbacks, tight ends, and we'll do a wide receiver series, and we'll do a running back series later on. But today we're focusing strictly on tight ends and quarterbacks. Jameis Winston, free agent. He just played with the Saints. He was pretty average, not as great as you want him to be. I remember he had like a great week one. And then other than that, he was average. Blah.
5 touchdowns. That was awesome.
So where do you
he
want...
wasn't terrible.
I mean, he wasn't great.
I mean, he wasn't great. No, I didn't say he was great, but he wasn't terrible either.
But he's never great. He's never been great. He's always been like...
No, he was great in Florida State.
I mean, if you really watch...
He won the Heisman and he won us the national championship. What more do you want from the guy?
If you really watched him play, and I told you this a long time ago back when he was in college, he sucked like 75% of the game. And then the very end...
You know what? He came back.
Every single time. Like he sucked for like
every week.
First 3 quarters. Then boom, he just went crazy.
It was awesome.
So Jameis last year, he had 2 finishes in the top 10. The rest were quarterback 26, 25, 26, 16, and 28. So he was barely usable. He was pretty much putting up Baker numbers. Like, honestly, I didn't even realize how bad he was. Anyway, regardless, where do you want Jameis Winston to play in 2020?
I mean, we got to decide like who's. I mean, Pittsburgh obviously needs a quarterback. I would like to see him there. To be honest, I want a better quarterback for my guy Deontay, but he'll throw the shit out of the ball, so that'd be good. I don't know who needs a quarterback. I mean, lots of teams need a quarterback. Carolina, man. If I was going to pick a spot, probably Pittsburgh. But like I said, I want them to get somebody better. But who they to draft a rookie? Like, I don't know.
Well,
what do you want? Where do you think he should go?
Well, I have a spot for him, and I did some numbers. I pulled up the salary cap situation, and the Washington Commanders, they have $30 million cap space. Apparently, this is what this website says. Spot track, and they need a quarterback. Like they can't roll with Heineke forever. Heineke's not the answer. Why not bring Jameis?
That's your boy. What are you talking about?
I mean, I do like Heineke. Don't get me wrong, but we've seen enough of him. He's not like stellar. He's not a game changer like Jameis can be. Give Jameis the right situation with Terry McLaurin and all these guys they got out there, Curtis Samuel. Please give me Jameis in Washington. I think that'd be fun. Antonio Gibson everyone would just explode, I think, but Jameis Winston. Pittsburgh is the obvious fit because he's like, Jameis is big.
Yeah, you got Deontay, you got Claypool, like you got
Not,
Fryermuth, Najee. Like, I like that.
but will he mesh well with that coaching staff? We already know. We already
I don't
know that
know.
Mike Tomlin's not really like he doesn't want to deal with bullshit.
We're
And then
talking about fantasy right now.
I know,
He's
but
gonna throw the shit out of the ball. That's all we care about.
and then you got I understand he'll throw the shit out of the ball, but we also
Okay.
want him in a good spot. And I want Terry McLaurin to be a thing. He wasn't a thing last year. He was just wide receiver
He's not a thing.
blah.
Yeah. He's blah. That's exactly what he is. I
Well,
don't know.
when you say throw the shit out of the ball, Jameis threw the ball 30 times, only twice last year. Only twice. Now that Tampa Bay
That's
game.
because.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the Tampa Bay game, he only threw 10 times because that's when he got hurt. But he only threw 30 times twice against Washington and Seattle. The rest of the games, 20, 22, 21. Like he wasn't throwing this shit out of the ball. He didn't eclipse 300 yards one time. He hit 279 was his season high last year
That's
against
because Sean
Washington.
Payton is smart. He put him in good situations. Sean Payton is one of the best coaches, and he knew what Jameis could do. That's what I
So
think.
I do think Jameis needs to go to a smart coach, and I think Washington has a smart coach who's dealt with divas before, Cam Newton, and players like that. I really think Jameis would benefit in Washington. That's my spot. That's where I want him to go.
Okay.
I really think that would. I know we've given up on
I'm
Terry
fine with
McLaurin.
it.
We've
I
given up
kind of
on
have.
Terry, so I have too.
I'm so glad I don't have him in any leagues, no dynasties, nothing. He's good, but man, until they get a quarterback there, yeah, he's either wide receiver 4 or he's wide receiver 40,
Worse,
and I hate that.
56-ish. Like I did the
Yeah,
numbers. Like he's
you're right.
worse.
He's
All right,
terrible.
so we got some so since there's only like a couple, one free agent quarterback. I did some trade. We got some trade stuff because there's always this
Ooh,
drama.
let's hear it.
You got
Let's hear it.
people deleting their Twitter accounts or whatever they do. Fucking idiots. So I'm gonna start with Deshaun Watson, the biggest name. It's obviously been
He's going to
talked
Minnesota,
about
right?
forever. If that's what you want. I don't know.
I
Where's
mean,
he
yeah, I
going?
would love Deshaun Watson in Minnesota, but it's not going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen with him. I don't. There's too much going on. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, do tell me what you think, because I think he's going to get moved. He's not going to play for Houston again. But with all of these, we get 22 or 23 things against him. Is any team going to let him play? Is the commissioner going to let him play? Is he going to get suspended? Is it all going to be like swept away? Like, I don't know. There's too much going on. As a Vikings fan, I think he's freaking awesome, and I would love to have him. If I knew he was going to be suspended for 8 games, bring him on. That's fine. We're going to have him for the rest of his career. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's just too much unknown.
Well, I do know Miami wanted him bad, and Miami was very close to pulling the trigger on him.
Apparently, him and Flores are close, right?
Who's him and Flores?
Watson and Flores.
Yeah, but Flores is not there anymore, so I think that takes away that trade's not going to happen anymore. I think Tua is going to stick in Miami, but I did put my wish list in Miami. I would love that. I do want Watson in Miami. I think it'd be great for this offense. I think it'd be great for Waddle. It'd be great for Parker. And
That'd be amazing.
I just think that would be amazing all around. I'm excited to see this new coach in Miami, to see what he does with Waddle and Tua. But gosh, give this man Deshaun Watson. Let Waddle, because we just saw Waddle last year be a possession receiver, be a better Jarvis Landry. I think he's better than that. I think he could be Tyreek.
He is.
I think and Tua is just not that dude. So give me Watson in Miami. That's what I want.
Of course, we both want him.
That's a wish list show. This isn't it's whatever. Let's move on to Aaron. Let's move on to my favorite player of all time, Aaron Rodgers. Is he retiring?
I would love to see him in Denver. 1, he'll be out of the NFC North. 2, he'll be in the AFC. 3, Sutton and Judy and Fant and Javante or Gordon or whoever's there. That offense would just explode, I think, and I'd be excited for that. So that's the rumor. I'd be cool with that.
I think he would make any offense explode. Put him on the Browns, they'll
I
explode.
agree.
Put him anywhere, they'll explode. But
You're
Denver,
right.
that's what I have as well. I want to see Sutton be Sutton again. I want to see Judy do something. Like I want to see Judy. Like, did you look at Jerry Judy's numbers this year? It was fucking
No, but
pathetic.
they were terrible. I think you know what I think I did though. I think I saw like at the end of the year, I was looking at one of my teams that I had him on, and he had like 79 fantasy points or something. Like it was so. I was like, wait, he didn't even score 100. That can't be right. I think I had to double check it. I could be wrong, but
Well,
I was
no,
like,
no, I'll tell you.
is that
So
right?
he missed six or
I know he
seven
missed.
games.
I know he missed so much games.
He averaged
Even still,
8.5. He averaged 8.5 fantasy points per game, and I don't think he scored one touchdown. I don't think he scored
no, I don't think
one
so either.
touchdown. No, he didn't. I'm looking at it right now. No touchdowns. He only had double-digit fantasy points in 4 games, so 4 out of 10, 40%. That's not even good. He was a wide receiver two one time, wide receiver two one time against Dallas Week 9. Dude, Jerry
It was
Judy was
bad.
dead last year, and I had high hopes for him. And Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock sucked dick. So Aaron Rodgers would elevate him. I would feel way better with Aaron Rodgers in Denver. That's my go-to. I want Aaron Rodgers in
Yeah,
Denver. We all do. That's everyone. That's like
I
the
agree.
most easiest one of all time. Let's go to
Get him out of the NFC North. See you, bitch.
Russell Wilson. He's been wanting to get out of that shithole Seattle for a little bit. Um,
Where do I want him? I keep hearing rumors of Philly. I don't. I don't want that because one, I hate Philly. I think Russell Wilson's really good. Two, that would hurt Jalen Hurts, obviously. And what would they do with him? Where would he go? Would he just stay and be a backup now? I don't like that. Um, so not that. Um, I don't know. I really don't know. What do you think?
I have the perfect spot for him. He was just 90 minutes away from One Buck Place, One Buck Palace
Oh
over here in
God, here we
Tampa.
go. No, I
Um,
don't
I,
want to see that at all.
I don't care about like real life football. I really don't care about that. But fantasy wise, Mike Evans, we see what he can do with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Maybe they can re-sign Godwin. Maybe he can. Maybe Gronk stays because I know he's a free agent as well. Maybe Russ comes to Tampa. He's happy with Bruce Arians. They find some even ground because they're not going to go with Trask. They're not, and they're not going to go with Blaine
No,
Gabbert. So someone's coming to Tampa, whether it be Russ, whether it be Cousins, whether it be Jameis
you're right.
again. So
Someone
someone's
is.
coming to Tampa. It's not going to be a rookie. Bruce Arians isn't coming out of retirement
Yeah,
and
I
staying
don't. I
here
don't think that's happening either. I think you're right.
for a rookie. So I think it's going to be Russ. But I don't know if they have the capital to trade for him. I don't know what they'd have to give up.
I
I
don't know
don't
either.
know. But I would love to see Russell Wilson in Tampa. That would be fun. I think that would be a
For
good
fantasy,
offense.
I wouldn't hate it. Real life, I would because fuck the Bucks. But yeah, I guess that's not terrible. I'm trying to think of where else he could go. Let's looking for a QB. I mean, besides maybe Pittsburgh, I would actually be really good. I mean, I don't know if Pittsburgh would do something like that, but could you imagine him with Claypool and Deontay and those guys? That'd be nice.
I got someone
That'd be
else
real
for
nice.
Pittsburgh. I got someone else for Pittsburgh coming up.
Let's hear it.
Okay, let's go right to it. Derek Carr, Pittsburgh. I don't think he's staying in
Why?
Las Vegas.
Why would Vegas
I don't think
get
he's
rid
staying
of
in
him?
Vegas. I don't think he's staying in Vegas.
Carr reminds me not the style of play, but a lot of Kirk Cousins. I think both of those guys are really good. I think they're both solid. Yeah, they're not top five, maybe not top 10, probably like borderline top 10 to 12. It's my opinion of both of those guys. They're really good. And maybe that's why I just feel like all the hate Carr gets exactly. I bet you if we went to Raiders Twitter, it'd be exactly like Vikings Twitter, and half of them hate him and half of them love him. I'm willing to bet that. I haven't been on that side of Twitter, thank God. I deal with enough of the shitty Vikings fans.
Dude, Viking
But that
fans
really
are
reminds me,
ruthless.
dude. I told I knew when I retweeted that. I was like, this guy has no idea what he's just getting into.
First off, I want to say something. I want to take a little quick roadblock. Vikings Twitter, 89% of the people that commented on my post didn't get it. They're idiots. They're complete morons. The
I
point
didn't say
was,
that.
did you read all the comments? The point was,
No, I didn't.
Kirk Cousins is good, and you guys, they're like, oh, you must have forgot about Christian Ponder. You must have forgot about Tavares Jackson. That's my fucking point. Do you want to go
Yeah,
back to that? No, you
I
don't.
know.
You have something good. Anyway, So I think Derek Carr. I think he gets moved. Actually, Josh Wingate. You know Josh. He's a cool guy. He talked me into this. I think Derek Carr would be a good fit in Pittsburgh. There's been rumors saying that he might get moved. He might not get moved. I don't know, but I think that'd be a good because Tomlin's a player coach. Derek Carr is a likable guy, a great leader. I think he would mesh well with
I
that
wouldn't hate
offense.
that. I wouldn't hate that at all. Like I said, I like Carr. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he gets a lot of unneeded hate, just like Cousins. I think it's really really similar. So I wouldn't hate that at all. I think that'd be good.
Speaking of Captain Kirk, Carolina, is he going there? Is he getting traded?
So this is what I think. I think I think if I was gonna bet, he'd be a Viking next year. I think the new coach wants to use him. This is what I think they should do. Also, I think they're gonna keep him. I think they should just. He's got a huge cap hit. It's like 45 million. I know that's a shit ton. I think they need to let it ride. Yeah, it's gonna hurt the cap for a year. See how they do. See if the coach is like, all right, this is my guy, or if we need to go somewhere else. If it's not, let him walk away. And if he is, you re-sign him, 3, 4, whatever you want to do in years, and you decide. That's what I think because I don't think the new coach wants to give him a new contract now until he kind of like sees up close. I know he was his offensive coordinator a couple years ago, so maybe he is perfectly fine with him. We'll see what happens. I think he's going to be there. I don't think he's going anywhere. Like I said, if I was betting, I'd say he's going to be a Viking next year. I also heard the rumors of Carolina. If they could get that number 6 pick, I like you, Kirk, but see you, buddy. Like, bye. I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see what happens.
I think he stays in Minnesota as well. I really think that he's a good quarterback and they know what they have in Minnesota. Yes, it's going to cost a lot of money. I understand that. Just like you said. But what would you gain by trading him now? Yes, you get this number 6 pick. That'd be awesome. You get another quarterback or whatever you decide to do. But you have something special with Kirk. Him and Jefferson get along really well. They have great chemistry. Him and Thielen, obviously, great chemistry. This is it, man. Like the window's closing for Minnesota. They're not great. They're not there, but they'd be worse without him. They really would.
Yes,
So what are you
yes.
throwing Cook's career away? You're just gonna waste Justin Jefferson for a couple of years? Like,
If it was me, if I was running the team, I would make a lot. I would overhaul the team. I would probably get rid of Kirk Cousins. I would probably get rid of Barr's going to be gone. Harrison Smith,
Hunter, like he's
Daniel
got a
Hunter,
huge cap hit.
maybe. But he's only 26. Like he's still, and he's if he's not the top defensive end, like pure D end, obviously there's JJ Watt, TJ Watt, those guys, but like just 4-3 ends, he's as good as anybody when he's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to trade him. If you could get something good for it, maybe. But I think there's too many holes in the defense. I don't know how you can rebuild that whole defense in 1 year. If you could just trade some of these guys, stack a bunch of picks, maybe you draft Willis. I really like him. He's probably the only QB I even like this year. If you get the number 6 pick, take him. If you like him that much, I don't know. I'm not a scout. And then just go from there. Go from there. Like, or stock up pile of picks. And next year is supposed to be a shit ton of QBs. And make your move. Go get one of those guys, you know? So that's just what I think. I just think I'm not expecting a lot this year, no matter how. Although I do think if we keep Cousins, Jefferson, Cook, all those guys, I think the offense is going to be great. Defense, it's going to be like this year. I think probably 7-9 or whatever it is, 7-10 again, 8-9. I just don't know how you overhaul the entire defense in 1 year. So that's probably what I would do. But yeah,
I mean, how
I'm
many
not the
games did you
coach.
guys lose last year because of a kicker or whatever the
Oh, we
situation
we
was?
lost on the last freaking play of the game like half the time. Like we're super close, but it's because the defense is bad. And are you going to overhaul this? What I'm saying. Can you fix the entire defense in one off season? I doubt it.
No, I
And
don't think he can.
you know what I mean? That's what I mean. That's why I just think that you take a step back for a year to get better long term. That's what I would do. But I
Yep,
do think
yep,
Cousins is playing this year. If I was going to bet, Cousins will be there this year.
yep. If I would, it's too much money to move. Too much. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible, right? It's just
I mean, if a team wants him and they're going to extend him, then it's. I don't think the cap hits that crazy because you could easily move that around. But it just depends on what someone's going to give up. If the Vikings are ready to give up on him, I don't know. We got a new GM, we got a new coach, so it's. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Right. All right. Let's move on to tight ends because that was all the quarterbacks. I don't really want to talk about Kyler. He's staying in Arizona, and I think Wentz will be a backup somewhere. I don't think Wentz is going to be relevant in
Oh,
the
I forgot
NFL.
about Wentz.
Yeah, I mean they're going to release him.
No, there's way too many teams that need quarterbacks. Somebody will start Wentz.
I don't think I don't where. I mean, if you want to talk about that real quick, where? Like, where did you see?
He's
So
better than anybody in Carolina.
is he? I think he's the same. I think he's the same as Sam Darnold. I think he really is the same.
Wasn't he like? Didn't he just throw for like 4,000 yards? Like he only had like 3 interceptions or something this year. Like
Who?
I don't think he's great. Wentz. He was pretty
Wentz was
good.
fucking horrible.
Look at his stats.
Looking
Tell
him
me.
up right now. I'm about to look him up right now. Wentz was,
Okay, tell
I
me.
mean, for fantasy, he was.
He
He
wasn't great
averaged
for fantasy,
he averaged 15 points a game last
but he
year in
was. Yeah, he
fantasy.
wasn't terrible either. He was actually
I
decent. I
mean,
remember there was a couple stretch in there.
yeah. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 interceptions. So yeah, not terrible, but gosh, like he just made the worst plays when
Let's
it came down
go.
to it. What are you watching? What are we? Let's
The
go.
lightning score.
Let's go, Lightning.
Dude, they haven't
Yeah.
freaking played in 8 days, so I'm finally watching the game.
Yeah.
Anyways, listen, he's not. He's. I don't think he's as good as Cousins. I don't think he's as good as Carr and most of the guys we talked about. But he's 100% better than some of these guys that are starting in the NFL. Guys like Taylor Heineke, guys like Sam Darnold. Yes,
No,
he's not
no,
great.
no, no. I
He's
don't think
better than
he's better
Sam
than
Darnold.
Heineke. I don't think he's better than Heineke. I
What?
really
Come
don't think
on,
he's better than
dude.
Heineke. I really don't. I really don't.
No.
I think I
But
really
why?
he just
Come
has
on.
he has a spark. Wentz makes dumb decisions. Dumb. I was watching the news. I mean,
Okay.
I sit at home and watch NFL Network all day long, and they were showing Wentz. How many times are you gonna switch to your left hand and fucking throw it in your own end zone? Like
Then we're talking
what?
about Jameis Winston. Like, Jameis Winston just threw 30 and 30 2 years ago.
That
Like,
was 2 years ago. I don't live 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Michael Thomas was the best player in the world.
okay, but my point is Jameis is an idiot too. There's lots of dumbass quarterbacks to where you can't tell me that Wentz isn't better than,
But does
a
Wentz
handful of them.
have the upside to take over a game like Jameis can, or
No,
like
but no, he can't. Jameis can't. Jameis
Jameis?
can't. And neither can Heineke. Heineke cannot take over a game. And if he
I
does, it's
just,
like one time for an entire year because
dude,
no one's seen him play, and he did it in the playoffs because no one's seen him play in 3 years except for the preseason. Like, that's
how bad?
it. Like, let's be
How bad
real.
is it that you traded for Wentz and you're giving up a first round pick and you had him for 1 year and you're like, fuck, done, done,
Oh, I
done.
don't think he's good. I'm telling you, he's better than there's 5 quarterbacks out there. Sam Darnold's one, Heineke's one, and there's Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'd probably take over him, but there's a couple.
Well,
Like
you got to
there's a
think about
couple.
like Daniel Jones, but they're not going to get rid of
Yeah,
him. They
like Daniel
should.
Jones. I don't know exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he's better than a handful of quarterbacks. He's not good. He's not great, but he's not the worst either.
Like, okay, let me
Like
give you let's
that's
do a
all I'm
rundown.
saying.
Let's do a rundown. Tua or Carson Wentz?
Probably wins.
Really?
Like
Tua's winning percentage is pretty fucking good.
listen, I don't hate Tua. I'll take Tua for his upside.
Mac
I
Mac
guess
Jones, Mac Jones or Carson Wentz?
I'll take Mac Jones. He shows solid.
Zach Wilson or Carson Wentz?
These guys are too young for me to decide.
I'm just
Like
I'm just
I'll
going
take
down.
Wilson
I'm just
right
going down
now.
the honestly.
I
I'm just going
know.
down the AFC East. Like
I'll
that's
take
so
Wilson just
all I
because
can
he's
do.
young. Hopefully he can get better.
I mean, I don't
But
know.
he's
It's
better than
just
Teddy Bridgewater, better than Drew
you know
Lock.
we're not even talking about Jared Goff. He's not going to start in Detroit next year. There's no way.
Yes, he will. Yeah, he
There's
will.
no way. He's
Who's
so
they? No, he's not good at all either. He's another guy that's not good, but he's better than like a couple players in the league. Like that's just how bad the quarterback situation is. Like who are they going to do? They got the number 2 pick. They're not going to take a quarterback there. They're probably going to take possibly. They got the number 32 pick. So if they can get someone there, but they're not going to start that guy over Golf. They're going to let that guy sit, which you probably should. Golf starting it next year, 100%. 100%.
God, I hate that. I really hate that. I don't want to think about that.
I'm
All
just
right, let's
saying,
move on
like,
to tight ends. I got like a hard out in like 20 minutes. Zach Ertz is a free agent. He was just traded to Arizona. Now he's a free agent. I mean, these tight ends are hard because it's honestly a carousel right now. Like Evan Ingram's a free
yeah.
agent. Schultz, Gasecki, Ertz. So is like everyone just going to trade tight ends? Is that what we're doing here?
I was going to say, like, I want to see Ertz go back to Arizona. He wasn't bad there. You know, I mean, they don't have nobody else unless they sign somebody. But I think that he would be smart to go there.
Dude,
You know, for
Max
another
Williams
year or
was
two.
balling before Ertz. Max Williams was
What?
doing really, yeah, he was doing really well.
Okay, well, maybe Max Williams is the guy. I don't know.
No,
I don't think so.
so I did fun stuff because I don't want to get all these guys. I wouldn't mind them going back to their old teams, but I did some fun stuff. I
All
want to
right.
see Zach Ertz in Cleveland because they're losing Njoku. They don't really have. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I'm gonna talk about Njoku. We'll talk about him in a minute.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. Well, I didn't put him on my list, but I was really thinking, like Baker is so bad at football, in my opinion. I understand that people like love him and stuff, and I get blocked because I hate Baker so much. But
No, he's
Baker's
trash.
not. I'm so glad
Trash
that
since
you
day
finally,
one.
since day one, Dave's a Baker hater since day one. Anyway, so I hate you
ever
so
since
much.
ever since that Vikings game, the past year, I'm like, dude, they should have beat us 35-0. And Baker just throwing the ball like out of bounds by 8 yards. Yeah, OBJ running wide open. So yeah, he's
So I
he's
really
not
think
good.
give him that solid,
But he's had
reliable target.
Njoku.
Njoku's
Njoku's
not.
good.
Njoku's
Hooper
good.
isn't bad.
No, hold on. What I'm trying to tell you is Zach Ertz is a veteran. He knows how to get open. He's been a top tight end in this league. We saw what he did in Arizona. He's a leader. He really is a leader. Get some leadership in that
Okay.
huddle. I don't think Cleveland has leadership. I don't think Baker's a leader. I think he's all hype. I think he's all like small man syndrome, like all hype, and he wants to like hype everyone up, but nobody really believes in Baker. Jarvis
Yeah.
Landry is the leader there, but we just saw his Instagram post or his Twitter post going off. He's not going to be in Cleveland next year, according to that post. I don't know if you saw it or not.
No, who was it?
Jarvis Landry, Juice.
Oh, he probably wants to go to LA with OBJ now.
Just get some real leadership in that huddle, and I think Zach Ertz in the tight end position will give you that. Like he might be the guy who goes, "Hey Baker, shut the fuck up. All right, let's play football." Like I don't know, something has to change. And isn't your boy Stefanski the coach over there in Cleveland?
Yeah.
What do they do with Kyle Rudolph? What do they do in Minnesota? Like they need a reliable, good tight end that has hands. And Ertz is that guy.
I don't know, dude. I just feel like I think Ertz is fine, but I don't know how he's much different than Njoku and Hooper. Like you just had two good tight ends, and I don't know what changed. So I just don't think his fantasy production would be much better, which is what we're talking about, really. You know what I mean? So,
so you're losing all those targets. You don't have OBJ there anymore. Obviously, you're losing Njoku. Jarvis Landry
probably draft a
questionable up in the
receiver, which
air.
is what they should do.
Yeah, so I mean the target share is there. That's what I like about it too. Plus the leadership. Plus he'll have a bigger role, I think, in Cleveland.
All right,
that's it. Let's go to the juicy one, the big one. Mike Gesicki. Everyone knows where he's going. Everyone.
Where?
L.A. Chargers.
Oh, Gesicki. I was gonna say I want to see Njoku go to the Chargers. Have that guy running streaks out the middle with like Keenan Allen coming underneath. Yes,
bro. So
that's what I want.
So
Herbert just fucking laser.
Okay,
shots.
So I was on Twitter, and there's this guy that I don't follow, but I do like him, but I refuse to follow him. I'm not gonna say his name, but he had a good TikTok talking about Gesicki, and I already knew everything he said because obviously I follow the Dolphins closely than most people, and I love Gesicki. I've had him in many leagues. He had the most air yards of any tight end in the past 2 years. He's played in the slot the most over any tight end in the league of the past 2 years. Gesicki is built for Justin Herbert. What you're saying about Njoku,
I don't hate it. You're right. I don't hate it.
Gesicki is times a million. Gesicki could be that guy, that extra hands that Herbert needs to be like. Yeah, he was quarterback 2 last year, but Herbert could be quarterback 1 next year with more weapons. Like
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Love
I want to see somebody better than Jared Cook at tight end. Somebody like Gesicki or Njoku or Evan Ingram if he could fucking catch the ball. So
can't catch the
someone
ball.
asked. It sucks because like as a rookie he was so good. So okay, I'm down with Gesicki going there. I'm cool with that.
All right, so the next guy on our list, Dalton Schultz, out of nowhere, super good tight end. I mean,
he's got to stay in Dallas. He has to stay in Dallas.
That's where I want, dude. So I have Dallas, and I scratched off Dallas, and I put Indy. I'm tired of the Jack Doyle game. I'm tired of Mo Alley Cox.
Okay,
I'm tired of that bullshit. I'm tired of is this the Mo Alley Cox game? Is this the
worst
Jack Doyle game? No. I want a
Yeah.
true number one tight end in Indianapolis. I want Dalton Schultz. Carson Wentz will be gone. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback situation, but they don't have T.Y. Hilton's gone. You know, they have Michael Pittman. Who else do they have? Like, can anyone
Yeah.
tell me who else they have? I think
They got
he'll.
Paris Campbell.
Yeah, sure. Breakout season, baby. God, I'm so sick of that.
I want Schultz to go back to Dallas,
So do I. I really
but
want that, but I don't think they can afford
yeah.
him.
Well, I think they're gonna try to get rid of Marty Cooper. Like they're gonna try to make some room
They're
to,
negative
to re-sign
26 million.
Gallup. Yeah, they got to get rid of Cooper and try to do that. So, uh, I guess if I guess I can see Indy. That'd be cool with Indy.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Okay, I got two more tight ends we're gonna talk about. Make them real quick. I got some guy you probably don't want to talk about. We smashed him in DFS last year. Smashed him. Ricky Seals Jones. He's a free agent. Do they score again? Go Bolts.
Yeah, go Bolts.
Heck yeah. So Ricky Seals Jones. I know you're not a fan of him.
He's irrelevant.
He's not
He's
irrelevant.
irrelevant.
I think he's going
Yes,
to be
he
a good
is.
player. I think he's going to be a decent, good role player wherever he goes. And I want him to go to
But that's the
Miami.
thing is, he wherever he goes, he's gonna do what he's been doing his whole career. He'll have like a stretch where he's like, you play him in DFS, but that's it. So like that's why I'm like, are we really gonna talk about this guy over like Njoku or somebody?
All right.
Because
We'll
I
move on.
just
We'll move on. Evan Ingram, free agency. The dude can't catch. He'll probably drop his contract. I don't know what's going to happen with this guy. I have him going to the
Seattle.
most. Okay.
Oh, but they're not gonna have Russ probably.
I have him
I can
going
see
to the most
Seattle.
cockiest team in the history of the world.
Let's hear it.
Got him, Cincinnati. I got him in Cincinnati. They're losing Uzuma. Uzuma's a free agent. He might walk. He might stay. I don't know.
Could you imagine
But
Chase, T. Higgins, and Ingram?
yeah,
Ooh,
I
I
mean that'd
like
be pretty cool.
that.
That's why I put him there. So
All
Cincinnati's
right.
got $48 million in cap space. They can afford Ingram. Ingram's not going to demand a lot of money. You know, he's not a project player. He's just a player that needs to learn how to catch. I don't know. Maybe Jamar Chase can.
Change the
Maybe
scenery.
Ingram.
Like it happens
Maybe.
sometimes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe Ingram still thinks he's playing college, and the stripes really throw him off. So maybe Chase can teach him that the stripes don't matter, and you can still catch the football without the stripes. Maybe that I don't know the situation, but I would like to see him in Cincinnati. That offense is stupid. It really
Be
is.
nasty.
And add Evan Ingram to this. Great, good times.
Just add offensive linemen, and they're good to go.
Yeah, please do. I don't know I don't think Ingram can block. Maybe they're going to go for a blocking tight end. Maybe this is all fucked up. I don't believe in it. You want to talk about Njoku? I
just think he's really good. If he gets a job where they use him, he have some value, like some real good value. What if he went to Miami? That'd be great for him. If he went to the U, you put him out there with Waddle and Tua. If he's any good, I don't hate that.
I feel like this is the year of the tight ends that were supposed to be generational. They're all free agents now. OJ Howard.
Is he a free agent?
I think he is this year. I didn't write him down because he's irrelevant. Evan Ingram, Gesicki, he's been good, but he's not been like super crazy. Seems like all these tight ends, there's gonna be a lot of movement with tight ends. I hope they don't do last year like what the Patriots did with Hunter Henry and Jonnu.
That was worse. That was terrible.
I think Jonnu still has talent, just not the opportunity because Hunter Henry is way better. Like I just learned. I was wrong on Jonnu. I was wrong.
I know you're way high on him.
I was like, Jonnu,
you know
number
what's
one,
funny,
baby.
One, first of all, you're not the only person. Second of all, everyone, not me, but most everyone is like, oh, they got these two tight ends. It's Gronk and Hernandez again. No, Gronk and Hernandez are literally two of the best tight ends to ever play the game. Like Gronk's probably the best ever, up there with Kelsey and Tony Gonzalez, all these guys. And Hernandez, if he wasn't fucking murderer, would probably be one of the top 10 tight ends ever. Like those guys were special. You know what I mean? Like Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith are fine NFL players, but they're not Gronk and Hernandez. And when people saw that, they thought that that's what was going to happen. No, it's not. Like, it's not Gronk and Hernandez. I'm sorry.
But Dave,
So,
Keontae Foreman, McNichols, and all these guys did
oh
the same thing as
God,
Derrick Henry.
don't
They
start.
did the
Don't
same thing as
start.
Derrick Henry. I don't know what you're talking about. They did the same thing. Why would I? Why? I mean, it's just a name. It's just a name.
Yeah, you know how it took 4 guys to replace one? I mean, I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
Oh my gosh! So that
Anyways.
that wraps up our quarterback and tight end free agents. I can't wait till free agency starts. Like that's one of the
Oh,
best.
dude, what about Gronklin? You didn't talk about Gronklin.
Who you
He's a
talking
free
about?
agent.
Who? Conklin?
Conklin.
Oh, I'm not
Yes,
talking about
my
Conklin.
God.
I'm not talking about
First of
Conklin.
all, first of all, he's a good player. Um, I wish the Minnesota could keep him. I don't know if they can or not, but if he got a job, like he was a solid like little play for for a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of tight ends going someplace. So if he's the number one tight end somewhere, he'll be fantasy relevant. Well, he's not gonna be a beast, but he's a solid player. I hope
No,
Minnesota can keep him.
I definitely agree with that. I think that he's a solid player, but gosh, like the tight end landscape in the NFL, if
He's
you're
better
not
than Ricky Seals Jones.
get out of here, I think Ricky Seals Jones is better.
You're crazy.
I'm gonna look up Ricky Seals Jones stats real quick because we didn't really. You just wanted to poo-poo him. Dude, he won us a lot of money last year.
Listen,
Like I think you owe this man a lot of respect. Like
he was a good like little DFS player for like a month, but
a
like
month,
come
more
on.
than a month. Logan
I don't know.
Thomas
I
was out
wasn't
like
paying
all
attention.
year, dude. What are you talking
Oh
about?
yeah, that's right. He wasn't he? Still, he
Logan,
wasn't that good. Look up his stats. He was
I'm
not
about
that good.
I'm about to
I
look it
bet you
up right now,
Conklin had better stats than him. I bet you.
dude.
Look them both
Uh,
up.
I can't look them both up. I only have one computer screen right now.
Okay, well you can
So
say the stats.
hold on. Ricky Seals Jones averaged 5.3 fantasy points per game.
Dude, Conklin was for sure better than that.
I don't want to talk about it. All right, let's look up
Yeah,
Conklin.
you lost already.
Let's look up Conklin. Hold on. Hold the phone right now. Tyler Conklin, 8.1 fantasy points per game. But
Let's go.
how many games did he play? How many games did he play? I don't even
He
know.
played pretty sure he played every game. Maybe he missed one or something, but he was healthy all year for the most part, I think.
Yeah, Conklin was good. But see, Conklin had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games inside the top 12. That's pretty good for a tight end. Like tight
Dude,
ends are
that's
just
really
trash.
good for any tight end, much less the guy that you literally got off of waivers.
Well,
Guarantees that Ricky Seals didn't Jones didn't do that.
how many did I say? 5 in the top
5.
12?
Yeah,
All right,
top 12.
let's count Ricky.
That's
Because I
really
think
good. Dang.
yeah, it is good. So Ricky Seals Jones had 1, 2, 2. He had 2.
Told you. That's my point,
Okay,
dude.
all right.
Conklin was solid last year.
Conklin was solid. I can give him that. Gosh, man.
I'm excited for Irv, man. To be honest, I'm excited for Irv.
Yeah, I forgot about that
But
guy. Like you know what's funny is we got to do a show like that. The forgotten gems, like the guys that we just because I
they
forgot
got
about
hurt
Irv
and you
Smith.
forgot all about him.
Yeah,
There's lots
I
of
forgot.
who?
I forgot about Irv Smith. I literally forgot about him
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah,
he's
lots of
been
people
irrelevant.
will. I see people doing like tight end like lists and they don't have him in their top like 15. I'm like, dude, Conklin just had like for a guy who was a third stringer just 2 years ago, a solid season. Like Irv Smith's a second round pick. And I keep seeing people be like, oh, well, he didn't do anything his first 2 years. He was behind Rudolph and we ran the ball every time because like what's his face? Like if Irv Smith was in Conklin's shoes last year, he would have been an easy top 10 tight end. Easy. 100%. But
Easy.
people forget it's what it is. I mean, it happens every year.
Well, tight ends
So
are shit every single year. But all right, we're gonna wrap this
that
baby
too.
up. We'll be back next week, Dave. Be on time, please, because I got shit to do. We're gonna be
First of
breaking
all, calm
down.
down.
First off, calm down yourself. We got big
All I know
things.
is I'm going to Nashville. Let's fucking
Oh,
go.
you are going to Nashville, so you'll be back on
Hell
Wednesday. Though
yeah.
we'll be back live Wednesday night. We're gonna be breaking down running back free agents, running back landing spots. That's what I want to talk about. It's going to be a great running back show. This show was kind of rushed because we had a lot going on, but running backs we're going to break down. There's a lot of good free agents out there. I love it. I love it. Where's Leonard Fournette going? The best running back in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, man, we're out of here later.
See ya.